Hello everybody, Scott with Scott's Montana Adventures. You know, sometimes you got to go play and sometimes you got to take care of your stuff. So today it's nasty out, so I am going to do a oil change on the Moto ZForce 800. It's got to be taken care of or they don't play well. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you some aspects of this oil change that make it a little easier, and I think you're going to like it. So stand by. We'll get back with you when we show all the different techniques. Okay, well, there's the ZForce 800 all set up for the winter for my plowing. Doesn't just get played with, we get to use it for a tool. But I got to change the oil, and I don't want to pull the drain plug and this panel underneath and have the whole mess. So I use what they call an oil extractor, and that is the oil extractor. Basically, you put this little plug in right here to seal the air, and then you pump the handle, and it draws the oil from the engine. You can see it down there in the dipstick hole. It sucks the oil out through this tube, which is a quick disconnect. You got different size tubes. There's another one right there for larger, shorter draws. This one's a long, like 4 foot, 3.5 foot long tube. And sucks the oil out and into the extractor. So there's all the oil. You just pump it up, let it do its thing. I use this thing for my boat, lawnmowers, anything that doesn't have easy access. It makes it nice. So I've got my oil. I've taken the cover off, which is down here, 2 10mm bolts, and that just basically goes right there, covering the air filter. And then tucked in behind that is a little cap. You got to take 3 8mm bolts out, and there's an element in there. The oil element comes out, you put the new one in, put the cap back on, and then go back in, and I use this funnel that has an extension on it, and I put it down into the hole, and I can pour my oil in. Very simple, very fast, very low mess. And I have a drain basket or pan down there for taking the cover off the filter element. And I'll show you where that's at. If I can get down here. There's a little oil that comes out of there. You can see it. It's right here. Pull that cover off. Change the element. Put it back on. A little oil will go into the basket. It's got a plastic liner. So it's all about doing this as clean as possible. So I'll get that done, and I'll show you the oil filling process. Stand by. Okay, so you can see the cap, 3 bolts. That just comes off. It's got an O-ring around it. And then you can see up in there the oil filter or element. And I'll pull that out and show it to you. Okay, so there's the element, old. It goes up in that hole. And there's the new one. Just push it on, put the cap back on, fill her up with oil. I didn't really get that much in my basket or my drain pan either. So it's not too messy. I was impressed. I thought I would show you part number, CF Moto, for the oil filter element. Just in case. All right, so filter elements in, caps back on, wiped everything down, cleaned up. Is going to be very easy, and we'll put some oil in. All right, we're putting oil back in. This works out really good. It's a little slow because it's cold, but it allows you to do it very clean. Got my oil ready, and my filter, or my funnel, plugged down in there, and just let her go. It's got a little filter down in there, and fill her up. Okay, so the oil is going down. It takes a while because it's cold and that filter slows it down, so it will take a little while, probably 10-15 minutes to get 3 quarts of oil in this thing. But it makes it a lot easier using this system than trying to get your quart down inside. There's just no way. You have to use this. But it makes it cleaner. So we'll wrap up here shortly, because all we're going to do is put the cover back on and clean it up. So I think this went really well. First time I've done the oil change, so I'm pretty impressed. I love that extractor. Boy, that is nice. Saves so much time. All right, we'll get back to you with the closing here shortly. All right, we got her warming up again. Got the oil in, checking for leaks. All good. We'll do a final check on the level and we're done. Not bad. Okay, I wanted to show you how much that extractor takes out. As you saw before, it was up to above the first rib there. I poured that out and I marked a little over 3 quarts on this gallon jug. And that's pretty much everything that was in that motor. So it extracts most of it, if not all of it. It starts to suck air. It's pretty much got it all out. So those things really work well. And this is a good thing to know for the next time, so I know exactly how much oil goes in and how much goes out. Just keep track of it. It's a good system. All right, a little cover there is back on. I guess I should have told you earlier, you got to pull the right seat, which is nothing. It just slips out. Takes no time whatsoever. I'll put the seat back in and show you what that looks like. And there you go. ZForce. Oil change complied with, sir. 174 miles, or I don't know how many hours, but it's been snow, so I work it hard. So I don't go too long between oil changes. But she's ready to go. Put the cover back on over the air cleaner, show you that, and we're done. All right, got the cover on, and that completes this thing. Sorry about my fingers there. Oil change done. So I'll get back with you here with a close-up. All right, so CF Moto oil change complied with. Took about 15 minutes overall, waiting for oil to drain into the thing because it's so cold. I've got the heater going on in the shop, but I should have brought the oil in the house last night so it got warm, and then it would have drained faster. But had a cup of coffee. Got the oil in. I hope you like the extractor process. That thing is crazy. Makes it so simple, and it takes about every drop out. So You can't beat it. But that's the CF Moto oil change. She's back up and rolling for the next adventure. Scott's Montana Adventures. Subscribe, like, ring the blue bell. We'll talk to you later.